Thank you for coming on with Hmong News. Can you tell the audience what happened on July 23, 2023 at 10 o'clock in the evening?
I was on my way home from work. I left my workplace about 9:45 p.m. and headed straight home. My workplace is only a walking distance away, so I only walked to work. When I was about a block away from my house, I heard screaming and shouting coming from my neighbor's house.
Were you curious as to what happened inside the neighbor's house?
At first glance, no. But screaming and shouting got louder and louder. And I heard more and more people joining in the screaming and shouting. Of course, by that time I was curious.
Mrs. Green, what went through your mind as you stood right in front of your neighbor's house hearing all these screaming and shouting?
I don't know the family personally, but I know they have about 4 or 5 children living there. At first I thought it might be just the children playing rough in their backyard.
Then what happened next? At this point, were you still standing in front of their house?
At first, I thought I should just mind my own business and go straight home, but the voice that came out of the house was not of a child, but a woman. After seeing my mother going through an abusive relationship for many years, I knew that woman needed help.
At that point, what went through your mind? What did you think you could possibly do to help the woman inside the house?
I thought I had to do something. I could not just stand there knowing the person needed my help.
Don't tell me you did the unthinkable, which was breaking into someone's house trying to rescue someone you don't even know.
As I said before, I could not just stand there knowing another human being needed help. First I knocked on the door, but no one opened the door. Then I went around to the left side of the house trying to go to the backyard hoping I can get inside from there.
Why not just call the police? After all, you did not even know this family.
I would have if I had my cell phone. My son went on a field trip to the zoo on the day. I let him take my phone so he could call me at work if something would to happen.
So you went into your neighbor's backyard uninvited. You know they can easily shoot you. Were you thinking about your safety at all?
There was no time to think. I just had to do something at that moment.
Was the gate on the left side of the house unlocked? Once you went through the gate, what did you see?
There was a canopy set up in the backyard. Under the canopy there were several tables and chairs. And there were beer cans all over the yard.
Did you find anyone in the backyard? Were there children or other adults?
There were no children, but several adult males. Some sitting and some standing.
Mrs. Green, how did they react when they saw you, a total stranger in their yard uninvited?
They probably thought I was with the police department. Immediately some of the men went inside the house. Those men who were too drunk to move were still sitting.
Did you actually find a woman in need of help that day?
Yes, supposedly a wife had an argument with her husband, but one of the drunkard attacked her.
Were you able to help that poor soul?
Yes, we got her out of there.
Thank you, Mrs. Green, for coming on Hmong News.